Is everybody good with the QR codes? Anybody need a QR code? We good? Going once, going twice, so. All right, good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Victor Rogers, and I'm the founder of a venture called Sustainable Growth Creative. What we'll do today is we'll talk a little bit about me, what I do at SGC, and AI, just a little bit about me. I've been living in the Richmond area since 2010, graduated from ODU and got my first job up here in 2010 and just never left. Been working as a recruiter for about a decade. And a lot of the work that I'm doing in Sustainable Growth Creative mimics the work that I did when I was at Old Dominion. Group I used to, well actually it was me and a couple of kids, we founded an organization called Success Without Limitations. And it was all about helping people get internships, resume development, things of that nature. So it was only natural that when AI popped up that I figure out I can make a business teaching people how to use AI to do the things that I did back in the day. But in a nutshell, the biggest thing that I want to do is democratize artificial intelligence for everybody. And in particular, your demographic, just by a show of hands, how many seniors in the room? Okay, so y'all all seniors?
Yeah.
Love, I got y'all. So this is really good for y'all. So what's that? 24. So y'all gonna be class of 2029. Well, we graduate from college. Class of 2029. We're gonna speak it into existence. I'm over here talking to the class of 2029. So super dope. Let's go ahead and let's get the show on the road. So by show of hands, we're gonna go over some vernacular. Anybody aware of these terms? Large language models, prompt engineering, or fusion skills? Great, okay. So let's just start from the top. So when you're using artificial intelligence, a large language model is a ChatGPT, a Bard, a Perplexity, a Copilot, and we're going to go over these tools, right? So when you're talking to somebody about artificial intelligence, using the right verbiage is always the first step, so I always like to make sure that we point that out. Prompt engineering, all that is the art of talking to the tool, right? In the QR code that I shared y'all, I gave you some prompts that you can start using like now, today, to kind of get it going. But like the more and more you play with ChatGPT and these other tools, the better you'll get at prompt engineering, and the better you'll be with effectively managing the tool. And then there's a term that I've heard used in the zeitgeist multiple times, but it's called fusion skills, right? What it is, it's you got artificial intelligence, which is what's in front of me, but then everyone here has their own individual intelligence. So that is what you call augmented intelligence. And augmented intelligence is nothing but fusing artificial intelligence and your own individual intelligence to come out with an outcome. So, those are a couple tools, those are a couple words that you can add to your Rolodex of vocabulary. And when it comes to talking AI, now you can say that a little bit more than your counterparts. Also, if you got any questions or comments while I talk fast because I know I got to knock this out in 40 minutes. I'm good. We good so far before we start doing the demos? Beautiful. All right, so AI for academic success. I think that you're so fortunate to be alive right now at the age you are. So I'm gonna date myself, but I graduated high school back in 2004, right? So this was like, I don't even know if y'all know what MySpace is, I know y'all don't know what Black Planet is, So like, these were the tools that, my contemporaries were using back in the day, and we didn't have Uber, we definitely didn't have Grubhub, so like, life was different. But I say all that to say this, now you have a tool that is as seamless as it is to call somebody to come pick you up and take you from Chesterfield to Short Pump, as it is to, hey, I need to learn how to crash for this upcoming test tomorrow. Can you teach me, right? So study guides. If you gotta learn about, I don't know if y'all still reading like Moby Dick or something like that, right? This is a great use case for artificial intelligence. I'm not telling you to take the information that you get from these tools and plagiarize. We're going to talk about ethical AI eventually, but a use case that is extraordinarily effective when we're using artificial intelligence is going to always be learning more. Everybody tell me I'm tripping when I say this, but I'm gonna say it every time. I taught myself slightly the concept of Chinese arithmetic, right? Super complex theory, right? But putting it in an AI or an LLM and just like helping me understand the basic fundamentals of it, it substantially increased my knowledge in that. Now, I never went back and used it again, but it was something where I wanted to test it out to see if I can learn something really hard. All right, and then, so this is something that I want to spend a little time on. So when it talks about bias concerns, write this down. There is a GPT called ChatGPT. I'm probably shooting myself in the foot, but if y'all talking about speakers coming, the young lady who created that, her name is Erin, dynamite, like super amazing lady, and she identified that ChatGPT had a lot of bias in it, right? So she created ChatGPT. So when you're using ChatGPT in particular, you can actually use her particular GPT to get an unbiased response when it comes to things. Now, I also want to reference AI detection tools. So like teachers have a tough task now. How do you grade a student's work when you have artificial intelligence, right? I always tell young people, just be real with your teacher. Like, don't lie. If you used AI, there's a concept, no, not a concept. Share your prompts, right? And we're gonna show what prompts are. Share your source, right? And let them know, like, this is what I use. But if there comes a time where you did the work, because this has happened as well, and you are falsely accused of using AI, there's a tool right here called GPT-0 and CopyLeaks that a lot of false positives. I read this information in a Bloomberg post recently, and just want to bring this out to you all to know that there's a way to defend yourself, and there's a way to show your teacher, like these tools sometimes can make errors, right? So this is something tangible you can walk away with. Like, I think that there's a senior that might when you go to college next year, that might pop up, right? So Notebook ML. This is a tool that is extremely cool. So this is in your prompt library, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna engage the audience. So what we can do with this tool, Notebook ML, is research pretty much anything and make a podcast about it. So is there anybody in here that wants to know anything about anything? Because I'll freestyle something and it might not be as interesting, but I want this to be beneficial for everybody in the room. So to that end, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use two tools at the same time. We're gonna use Notebook ML and we're gonna use ChatGPT, and we're going to enhance our knowledge about something. So thoughts? What's your name, and tell me something interesting about you.
Okay. My name is Jamil. I like to do art. I doodle a lot. A topic I want to learn more about is black holes. I think they're interesting.
Gotcha. Anybody else? What's your name? And tell me who's your favorite football team.
I'm Joseph Gardner. I don't really watch football, but if I had to pick one, I'd say the Carolina Panthers. And I would say how to change a tie.
How to change a tie? Like when you say like different like knots, or just like when you say
how to take one off and then put one back on.
Oh, a tire.
Yeah.
Oh, you said a tire.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How to?
Oh.
All right, and I'll do. What's your name? And tell me who's your favorite. What's your favorite book?
My name is Trinidad, and I don't have a favorite book.
Okay. There's a gentleman, the governor of Baltimore. His name is Wes Moore.
Yeah.
There's a book that he made called The Other Wes Moore. Great book. So, there you go.
I'm reading the Scarlet Letter English class, and I want to know how I could like I want a specific analysis on like the Scarlet Letter.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll use those three and I'm gonna explain the process right now, right? So this is the ChatGPT window. On the side right here, I got a whole bunch of stuff that I just, over time have developed, right? And the way the user interface works is all your work is gonna pop up here on the right, and then right here this is where you'll type it, right? So what we want to talk about, we want to talk about black holes. We want to talk about how to change a tire. We want to talk about the scarlet letter. Now, this is a prompt. This is the first prompt, but this prompt isn't really effective. So to enhance it, let's say something like the above information, and I'm going to tell you why I'm misspelling words in a second. The above information is to be leveraged for an upcoming competition where I will be competing for $1 billion. 10x my knowledge on each of these things and reference articles I can use to be more informed. All right, so why'd I say it like that, right? When you're talking and using ChatGPT, you gotta be specific. Traditionally, I would suggest to give it a persona, a purpose, and something that you can measure, right? So I'll say something like, up here, I'm competing for $1 billion because they're gonna understand that it's important. And I'll say 10x. 10x is just a cheat code to get it to say something a little bit more specific, right? So now, so we're at that, so we're okay. So that's all right, that's all right. So then, let's add another tool. So again, what we're doing is a multimodal methodology or a multimodal process now, right? This is a tool called Perplexity. Has anybody ever heard about this tool, Perplexity? You're amazing. I like that. Anybody else? Anybody else? And everybody else in here is amazing too, because now y'all know about Perplexity. So the information that I got from here, I'm going to put it in Perplexity, and I need more sources for the following text. So now I'll copy and paste this. Now, the thing about Perplexity that is cool is when you look at ChatGPT, right, it spits out text. Now, granted, it's giving me, let's see if these links actually work. Yeah, sometimes these are dead links, so I don't, let's see if this one works. No, yep. Sometimes these links work, sometimes they, oh, we'll see, boom, so bam. So that one worked. Sometimes the links work, sometimes they don't. But what you do is you go to Perplexity, and now it's going to give me some little bit more information about changing the tire, black holes, okay, scarlet letter, okay, that's cool. But right here, these are the sources. So why does this matter? Now I'll take this information, let me pause that, and I'll take, no, hold on, let me go to YouTube to do it, all right. And then, boom, and then I'll go like share, copy, back into Notebook ML. So what I'll do is I'll put the link for YouTube on here, and now that's a source of information for the information about, let's see, this is gonna be about changing a flat tire. And we'll go back, all right, and then I'll do we're on scarlet letter. This is cyclical. Oh yeah, that's love. So boom. So then I'll do this. And then go back over here. So what I'm doing is I'm inputting sources of information that I want Notebook LM to synthesize for me. So first I did a YouTube video. Now I'm gonna do a website. I'm gonna insert that, and then, okay, sometimes, okay, so that's behind the paywall, so I'll delete that one and see if I can find another one. Let's see, change the time. Let me see if this one works. If this is the Atlantic Atlantic's gonna probably say the same thing. Do this, remove source, delete, add source, let's see what happens, boom, boom. And I'll try one more, because if I can't figure out how to get info on the scarlet letter, I can find out. This is gonna be one more. I should be able to, no, that's the same thing, so I'll run that back. So, but to that end though, right, when you're using Perplexity, this tool gives you the sources that you can use, right? So I always recommend people leverage Perplexity, because Perplexity comes with the sources right here, right? But what else is dope about Perplexity, your information is gonna be over here, is the follow-up questions, right? So what are some advanced topics about black holes? I'll take this information, put it over here, and insert it. This is gonna be copy text because it's from that. Boom. And all right, so that's there. All right, so for the time being, just because I want to be particular with the time, what do you do with this information? If I want to create a study guide about the information that we just went over, I can do that there. If I want to create, I'm gonna generate a podcast. We'll see if this pops up. Sometimes that takes a little while. And then if I want to create, oh, this is a quiz. Awesome. Okay, yeah. So let's talk about what we have in front of us right now. So Notebook LM can take up to 50 different sources, and you can teach yourself a plethora of things. So right here, I want to quiz myself on how to change the tire. So what's the first steps? This is the answer. The first step is to remove the hubcap. Unless you're like me, you got rims, you can't remove the hubcap. And then we can go to key terms about black holes and lug nuts, and it's in a source of different information right here. But at the end of the day, what I'd say is this tool, if you're creative and have an imagination, I think this is a new tool that just came out maybe 3 weeks ago. So I definitely wanted to demo it for y'all. A lot of different use cases here. And again, if you got text that you gotta learn, all you do is just hit plus, or we can just go from the top again. Notebook ML, create a new notebook. Whatever the information is, you put the information in there, and you can teach yourself how to, be better at changing a tire, learning about the scarlet letter, or black holes. Does that make sense? Can y'all see how that could be useful to y'all? If that tool doesn't work, I got others, but thoughts from the crowd. Talk to me.
I would just like to say that I think that it's very creative using all three websites together, and I definitely think that especially Notebook LM seems like it could really help me, like as an individual, but also as youth as a whole, just because it synthesizes information to make it more digestible. So not only is it just like, oh, you're reading off an article and then like writing the flashcards yourself, it makes the flashcards for you, and then you can see how well you did on that and go through the motions.
And then another thing too, y'all know these tools lie, right? So if you can control the information that you're reviewing, that's how you kind of get around that. Now you always need to make sure that you double check behind each one of these tools to make sure that it's not saying something like the first president was Barack Obama, right? It's clearly George Washington. Always double check yourself, right? But that's Notebook LM, super amazing tool. It takes a while for this podcast to generate, but if it generates, I'm gonna play it because it's super dope, right? And let's go back to the presentation. Just to close, streamline school projects and demonstrate how you could. Yeah, actually, you can make a mobile app on there. We don't have time to do that today, but any gamers in here, a lot of opportunities when it comes to artificial intelligence to leverage that. Now, business plan. How many entrepreneurs are in the room? We got one, we got two entrepreneurs. What's your name? And tell me the multi-billion-dollar business you're gonna create.
Oh, well, my name is Davion. I mostly do what I do for fun. I crochet, so I make stuff for different people. I don't want to say $1 billion, it's just something I do on the side, extra dollars in my pocket. But also, it's a strength relief for me, so I do it in my free time.
Word. So Microsoft was built in a garage, and it was just people on the side was messing around, and then over time, they made a lot of money. So it's gonna happen if you want it to happen, and I believe it, right? And to get there though, you gotta have a business plan, right? What is a business? Well, are y'all aware of how business plans are structured and created? I'm gonna break that down for you. What y'all so fortunate about is when I first started trying to create businesses back in the day, man, I used to walk around with these big binders of paper, and I used to have to write so much stuff like my mission statement, my core values, my vision, and it took forever to do that. When I created this business, AI really helped streamline all that stuff, and you need that when you're trying to get loans from banks, or you're trying to look presentable in public, right? But once you get all that paperwork out and you can do what you love, like I love this. This is my passion. Like I prefer to do this all day than create the business plan, right? But it's important to have the business plan, especially when it comes to like, financial forecasting. You don't want to make a business and then end up in a situation where, you can't really, can't scale. I have a demo on here where we can demo a lemonade stand on what a business plan would look like, unless anybody has a different business that we would want to demo. Anybody have a different business outside of a lemonade stand? Silence means no. So let's talk about another tool. This is called Claude. Claude is created by a company called Anthropic. And everybody knows what ChatGPT is, right? So ChatGPT, the business that created ChatGPT, it's called OpenAI. The individuals who created and developed and founded ChatGPT, OpenAI, they're pretty much like all leaving that company, but a few of them that were at OpenAI created this tool, Claude. So like they're founders of like the premier AI like business in the world. But why did they leave? Because they wanted to make a more ethical business, right? So when you're using Claude, you can rest assured, according to them, I don't believe these folks, but according to them, it's a more ethical tool. It's a more what's the word? A lot of adjectives that are used about OpenAI and Claude and these other tools, right? But according to them, it's a better tool, right? So let's do this. So I need help crafting a business plan. So this is the first prompt. Whenever you're using ChatGPT, boom. All right. So whenever you're using ChatGPT, or these tools, never just take like the first response. Always try to get more out of it, right? So let's go ahead. Let me go up to the top. So when you're creating a business plan, you always have to have an executive summary. Yeah, market analysis, target, competitive analysis. You need to have what your product line is, add-ons. So like what this is like the concept of you got a blank piece of paper and you doodle, right? But when you're doodling, like you got a blank piece of paper, before you get the doodling, you gotta get the thought process in your mind. Let artificial intelligence be that blank canvas for you, and artificial intelligence can get you past that quick. Because I know for a lot of stuff that I wanted to do, it took me forever to think about it, but this can help generate ideas. This can help you to get from point A to point B quicker. Does that make sense? Beautiful. So now, when we're looking at this comprehensive business plan, this is what is spit out. And actually, that's not really that bad. So, timeline, success metrics, and conclusion. Now, if I wanted to make this more effective, what would be some of the things that you think I could say to Claude to make this more impactful? Because this is okay, but it's the first response. Like, never accept the first response. Free game. How many people have had to negotiate how many people had to negotiate their salary for a job yet? Anybody in here? I'm thinking not yet, right? All right, bet. Whenever you start to do that, never take the first offer. I don't care who it comes from. Trust me, as a recruiter, we are going to always lowball you. I don't care what company you work for. Plus, I know this, that when you don't take the first offer, when you come into the company, you're looked at in a way that, okay, when promotions are coming around, we got to be a little bit more intentional about increasing this person's compensation, right? So just never take the first offer. If they say no, cool, but just know that it's a good look. Now, the same concept when it comes to these tools. Never accept the first response. So if I wanted to make this response more effective, what can I say to make it more impactful? Any thoughts? What I'll do is ask it. Because if you don't know how to do it, you can ask it. So, how can I improve on what I have here? It seems too weak. So as it's strengthening the business plan, what you'll do okay, there we go. All right, so it says enhanced it. Yeah, if this lemonade stand is making $2 million, that's going to be impressive. ROI profession. Okay. All right. And now it's going to pop up here. Now, if you're trying to figure out exactly what the difference is, ask the tool. So, what are the differences between the two plans? Now, I meant to say this and I'll come back to it. Grammar, don't worry about it. When it comes to artificial intelligence, it's gonna pick up on misspellings, and you don't have to be like super perfect when you're writing out things. So that's why I just type super quick, and even if it's spelled wrong, it'll most likely come back and tell me something that I need to hear. And then doing a comparative analysis, so now this is explaining the difference between the two plans. But again, Claude is a different tool that you could use, and then any authors in here or anybody interested in like doing mass communication or anything like that, hey, I like to see that. Claude is a good tool to help you with crafting blog posts or anything like that, because the way that the tool was prompted or taught uses different words, and it's just better when it comes to putting stuff together. I'm not really a big fan of ChatGPT's verbiage when it first comes out, because they use like the same phrases over and over. Like it's like a beacon of this, or it's like if it wasn't just the Chick-fil-A sandwich I ate, it was the absolute best chicken. I don't know, it's like the words aren't amazing, so if you want to make them amazing, it's like with everything. It comes with practice, it comes with time, right? And like I've been doing this when it comes to like AI for about 1.5 years. So as I'm fluently going through these different tools, it didn't happen overnight. You know, any Madden players in here? Boom. Who's your team when you play Madden?
Typically I play with the Bengals.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. So I probably lose to you, right? But over time, though, if I play a video game or whatever you play over and over again, you're going to get more efficient in your practice, right? So just practice with these tools, and you'll get into the swing of being more talented and comfortable using them. So now, all right, yeah, this is I'm gonna play a clip and then a song. So, does anybody in here know who Van Jones is? He's a CNN commentator. I want to say he was in Barack Obama's administration at one point, but right now he works with Jeff Bezos, and he has a, I believe, $100 million grant to be more. He's trying to make the world better. But I was at an event in Atlanta called Invest Fest. And he said something super dope, and these are the tools that he talked about in his little in his speech. And then I'm gonna play the speech, but like little clip. But I always want to shout him out, because if you go on YouTube and look up some of the stuff he's been talking about on this podcast called Earn Your Leisure. Great brother doing positive things, and I think that the resources that he's putting out there in society right now, super amazing. So we're gonna click this. Let's see if
You need the spot apps to take over the.
2 more minutes.
2.
Yeah. Maybe 5.
What? Y'all check out Van Jones when you get a chance on the back end. And what I will do is I'll play the song. So this tool right here is called Sono. Any artist in the room? Boom. So you can create your own music. So this is a song that I made for my wife. And I was just testing it out, and I was trying to figure out, how you use this clip, right? Use this tool. So I'm playing a song, and then show y'all how y'all can do it. And love your feedback.
You got that sweet inside, wrapped up in chocolate pride. Hold you close when the night is cold. Your love got me losing control. Every moment that we share melts away my every care. Oh, my peanut butter cup, you fill my heart with love. You're my sweetest prize.
Thoughts? All right. 50-50? Talk to me. Oh, you good? You good? All right. So, I made that song with 2 sentences. And yeah, it was just 2 sentences. So Sono is a tool that you can use if you want to make theme music for your podcast, if you want to make love songs for your significant other. There's like whatever ideas that you have. Like I want to always shout out this tool because it's a super dope tool. And again, all I did was I asked the tool to make a love song for my wife. Her nickname is Peanut Butter Cup. I wanted to have a catchy hook and a 90s R&B flow, right? So that's how you came up with that song. And then MidJourney is a good tool when it comes to AI design. Runway is a good tool for creating videos, and then of course ChatGPT. Everything that I've been using this presentation tool, it's called Gamma. Don't necessarily need a demo Gamma because Gamma's right here, but Gamma's a great tool that you can also use. Talk to me, sir.
Do we have a link to this presentation, or like we scanned the QR code earlier for resources? Can we access this presentation later on through that?
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll just put this link in the sheet that I gave y'all.
Okay.
Cool. So we got 2 more minutes, or we got 1? All right. Man. So, what's the word I want to use? Self-help. I created an affirmation bot, right? So you can use ChatGPT to create affirmation bots for you to feel better about yourself. Sometimes you need a pick-me-up. That's a great use case for that. And then this is the last one I'm done. So even if you're not interested in using artificial intelligence at all, this slide is a good slide to just focus on. So if you want to kind of have an idea on what's going on in the industry, these companies are leading the way. There's nothing you remember from the night. Look up NVIDIA. Look up NVIDIA. Look up NVIDIA. Y'all are in high school right now. Try to get an internship with NVIDIA, right? This is pretty much like you have Coca-Cola and then you got like High C. Like that's the difference when it comes to their next competition. So NVIDIA is like the bee's knees, and ASML, AMD, these other companies, they're all dealing with semiconductors and things of that nature. But NVIDIA, that's the one you look at. That is my presentation. This is my info. Do we have time for questions or no?
Any questions? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you go back to like the starting document?
Tell me when to stop.
Like the first slide. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me.
Which AI do you think is like the most effective? Like which one is the most effective? Like which one of these tools is the best?
So I pay for ChatGPT, and since ChatGPT gives like their most up-to-date version to the paid users, there's a version called 01, or the nickname is called Strawberry. That's to me the best one, but that's just because like that's the best one to pay for. For free services though, yeah, I'm gonna say ChatGPT. Yeah, ChatGPT is probably the best one, and but use them all though. You know, don't just because what'll happen is you'll get in a situation where like sometimes they go down, and you need to pivot. So like be comfortable, flexible going in between. Any other questions? Ladies and gentlemen, this was amazing. I was nervous, but I made it. So thank you very much.